Hi students, welcome to new video. Today we are going to discuss the next chapter of physics, chapter 11, the human eye and the colorful world. In this chapter we are going to discuss the following portions: the glass prism, the refraction through the glass prism and the dispersion of light. So first we have to discuss the glass prism. So glass prism. So in the last portion we have seen the refraction through a glass slab. So in case of glass slab we have seen that two refracting surfaces of the glass slab. These two refracting surfaces are parallel to each other. As a result, what happened? The incident ray is parallel to the incident ray. If you are extending this incident ray, we can see the incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel to each other. Because these two refracting surfaces are parallel to each other, as a result, the incident ray and the emergent ray are parallel to each other. Next, we have to see what is the case of a glass prism. A glass prism is a triangular in shape. This is the shape of a triangle. The glass prism is the shape of a triangle. And this is the base of this glass prism. This is the base, and these are the two refracting surfaces. This is first refracting surface and this is second refracting surface of the glass prism. And we can see these two refracting surfaces are not parallel to each other. This is the first refracting surface and this is the second refracting surface of the glass prism. And these two refracting surfaces are not parallel to each other. They are inclined at an angle. These two refracting surfaces are inclined at an angle. That angle of the prism is known as angle of prism. That angle is known as the angle of prism. The angle between the two refracting surfaces is known as the angle of prism. So next we have to see refraction through a glass prism. Refraction through a glass prism. So this is the glass prism, triangular in shape, and this is the base of this glass prism, and these are refracting surface of the glass prism. So here this is the air medium. This is the air medium, and this is the glass medium, and this is the glass medium, and this is air medium. So air medium is the rarer medium and glass medium is the denser medium. So we have seen the last chapter, when the ray of light is passing from rarer to denser medium, it will bend towards normal, and when it is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. So here air is the rarer medium and glass is the denser medium, and here the air is the denser rarer medium. The rarer medium. So here a ray of light is, and we can draw the normal here. So this is a normal. So here a light ray is entering from air medium to glass medium. So it bent towards the normal. So it bent towards the normal. So here it is the light ray is entering from rarer medium to denser medium. So it will bend towards the normal. And again what happened? Normal. So here the light ray is entering from denser medium to rarer medium. So it bends away from the normal. So it bends away from the normal. So here this is the incident ray. The light ray is entering from rarer to denser medium. That is from air medium to glass medium. That is it bends towards the normal. And when it is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, it will bend away from the normal. Now the light ray is entering from rarer to denser medium. So it bends towards the normal. It will bend towards the normal. Now it is moving from denser to rarer medium. So it will bend away from the normal. So that is the case, or that is a refraction through a glass prism. We are naming this prism PQR. And the AB. The AB is the incident ray, and BC is the refracted ray, and CD is the emergent ray. And this is the angle. This is the angle of the prism. The angle between the two refracting surfaces is known as the angle of the prism. Now if you are extending this incident ray, we can see these two, this incident ray and the emergent ray are not parallel to each other. This emergent ray is deviated at a certain angle. So from this figure we can see this incident ray and emergent ray not parallel to each other. This emergent ray is deviated at a certain angle. So if you are extending this emergent ray and incident ray, that's a particular angle. This is the angle of deviation. If you are extending this incident ray and if you are extending this emergent ray, these two will meet at a point and the angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray is known as the angle of deviation. That means when the light is passing through the prism, this light is deviated at a particular angle. That angle is known as the angle of deviation. So we can write this. The AB is the incident ray. The AB is the incident ray and BC is the refracted ray. This is the refracted ray. So we can this n dash. N dash is the n dash is normal and m dash is the normal. BC is the refracted ray and CD is the emergent ray. CD is the emergent ray. And what is angle of incidence? Here what is the angle of incidence? This is the angle of incidence. The angle between the incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence. So angle I is the angle of incidence. And here what is the angle of refraction? This is the angle of refraction. This is the angle of refraction. And what is this? What is D? This is the angle of deviation. The angle between the incident ray and emergent ray. The angle of deviation. And what is A? What is this one A? Angle A is the angle of prism. So this is a refraction through a glass prism. Next we have to see is dispersion of light. So in 1665, Sir Isaac Newton has found that when white light is passed through a glass prism, that white light will split into 7 colors. So from that experiment he had found that the white light is a combination of 7 colors. So he took a glass prism and he passed the white light through the glass prism. White light means the light coming from the sun or bulb is considered as a white light. So he took a glass prism. And he passed white light through the glass prism. This is the white light. And he got all the colors on the screen, on a white screen. This is a screen. This is a white light, and when white light is entering to the glass prism, it will split into 7 colors. It will split into 7 colors. This is violet, this is indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So this is the 7 colors when he passed the white light through the glass prism. When white light is passed through glass prism, it will split into 7 colors, and the 7 colors is got on a screen. And the 7 colors are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow and orange. So we can write as VIBGYOR, VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So here he has found that the white light is a combination of 7 colors. Why this white light is split into 7 colors when we are passing this white light through the glass prism? The reason is that when the white light is passing through the glass prism, each color have different speed. Each colors have red have a different speed, in violet have a different speed, indigo, yellow, orange, all these colors have different speed. So when it is entering to the white light is entering to the glass prism, all the light are traveling with different speed. The main reason is that it travel in different speed. The different speed result in the splitting of these colors into 7 colors. Why the reason behind is that it is traveling with different speed. That's why the white light is splitting into 7 colors. When it is in the air, when all the colors are in the air medium, what's the reason? It is not splitting into 7 colors. The reason is that when the colors are traveling in air, all the colors are traveling with the same speed as that of the light. What is the speed of the light? It is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So all the colors are traveling with nearly to the same speed as that of the light, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. As soon as when the colors are entering to the glass prism, all the colors are traveling with different speed. As a result, what happened? The white light will split into 7 colors from violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. The splitting of the white light into 7 colors when passing through the glass prism is known as dispersion of light. So what is dispersion of light? When the white light is passed through the glass prism, it will split into 7 colors. That phenomenon is known as dispersion of light. So when light is passed into the glass prism, what we will get? We will get a spectrum. The spectrum means the 7 colors that formed on the screen is known as the spectrum. It is known as spectrum. This is the spectrum. The spectrum consists of 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So we can see which color is seen on the top part of the spectrum. The red is seen on the top part of the spectrum and violet is seen on the bottom part of the spectrum. And all the colors are in between red and violet. What's the reason behind that? We can see the red has deviated less. The red has deviated less and the violet has deviated more. What's the reason? The reason is that we have seen the speed of the different colors are different when it's passing to the glass prism. So here the red has the maximum speed. Red has maximum speed. The red has maximum speed. So it will deviate less. As a result, it is seen on the top part of the spectrum. So the red has the maximum speed. So it will deviate less and so it is in the top of the spectrum. And what about the violet? What is the violet? It has less speed. And it is deviated more and seen on the bottom part of the spectrum. And all the colors are in between the red and violet. All the colors have the speed in between red and violet. So red has the maximum speed and violet has the less speed. That is, red will deviate less and is in the top part of the spectrum, and violet has less speed, so it is deviate more and it is in the bottom part of the spectrum. Next we have to see recombination of spectrum to form the white light. So Sir Isaac Newton has found that the reverse can also be obtained if you are keeping a prism in the inverted position to the first one. We have seen in case of a prism, when light is passing through a prism, what happens? It will split into 7 colors. Again, we are keeping a prism next to the prism in the inverted position. So first we are keeping a prism and we are keeping a prism, another prism in the inverted position. This is the base of the prism in this inverted position. So what happened? This is a white light. He has passed a white light through this one. He has passed a white light to the first prism. So it will split into 7 colors from red to violet. Again, he allowed the pass this color spectrum to pass through a prism which is in the inverted position. So again, so again pass this spectrum to pass through a prism which is kept in the inverted position. Kept in the inverted position. Now what happened? This is the screen. Again he got the white light here. Again he got the white light here. So again first he kept a prism in the base as here, and second case he has kept a prism in the inverted position. So when the light is passed through first prism, it will split into 7 colors from red to violet. Again he kept a prism in the inverted position, and he allowed the spectrum to pass through the second prism which is in the inverted position. When we are keeping the prism in the inverted position, the reverse refraction is occurring. The reverse refraction is occurring. As a result, what happened? These 7 colors will recombine again to form the white light. The 7 colors will recombine to form the white light. So when the passing through the second prism which is kept in the inverted position, what happens? All these 7 colors will recombine to form the white light, and he got a white light on the screen. So this is the recombination of the prism. So thanks for watching this video.